to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
K-Hall, it's always great to see you, man.
So for the Lakers, their last game, a loss to the Spurs. And they were still in that one right up to the end, guys, but lost by a couple of buckets.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that lettuce at the line, man. Easy points available at the free throw line. You got to cash those in.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. Hart is out there with ball, and it's James in at the three. To the middle, and Kuzma slams it in.
And, you know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happens.
And, Kevin, to see you come in straight out of high school into the NBA, you forget, but it was so historic because we had not seen a high school player in such a long time.
Right. Yeah, at that time, you know, it was 20 years before anybody had ever thought of the idea. I figured that I had the work ethic and the passion and the appetite for it. And I never looked back. I never second-guessed my decision. And when I did second-guess myself, I got in the gym and changed it.
Greatest picks in the history of the game. On the wing, Wiggins. Outside, Teague. Pass to Towns. Shoots over McGee. Ball with the rebound. And it's the Lakers' ball. Pass to Kuzma. Another miss by Kuzma. Ball against Teague. The Lakers with the rebound.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
A shot by LeBron, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Here's Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on LeBron James.
Clearly, Jimmy Butler is in the prime years of his career. And, you know, you get the feeling that no matter how much he achieves, he's always going to be looking to get better.
The first one falls.
You know, and Butler wasn't a starter until midway through his second season. But since then, his minutes have gone up, and his productivity has gone way up.
And the Lakers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. And so Butler nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Kevin, you think about the work that goes into being an elite player. Describe that. What did you try to accomplish?
What are you going to do in these positions right here? When they trap you, how are you going to get the ball out? When you're not trapped, when you're one-on-one, what are the moves you're working on down here? Okay, on the right block. Okay, what about the left block? What about the top of the key? You get an ISO top of the key, what are you going to do? 5 seconds, what are you going to do? So you have to invest in yourself. After you get done with that, that's probably 45 minutes to an hour. You go in, you shower, you get done with that, you take your behind home, you sit, you rest. And now you, obviously, as a person, you're living as a human being, your everyday life. But, yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds exhausting.
It is, but it is a cycle that you are able to create for yourself. And once you're in it, you're in it. And it turns over like an everyday, you know, this is what you do every day. Sort of like a routine. And once you get that routine, it is what it is. And I was able to keep a routine for 21 years.
Amazing.
Amazing. And you know what?
21 years.
21 years, I added things onto my routine, but if you ask anybody to play with me, they see my routine. I did my routine every day. Never missed a day of not doing my routine.
Now, here's Stevenson. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Count that one.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Butler. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Milwaukee. Kuzma passes to Hart. Kicks it out to Stevenson. And the pass to McGee. Stevenson against Butler. Shot clock at 6. Stevenson passes to Hart. Lets it go from 14. And it's Stevenson missing.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Shot's good by Butler.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Stevenson, and Butler sends it back. Teague for 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. And here is Los Angeles now. 7-point differential. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Now here's Teague, following the miss by Lance Stevenson.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And he can't get the first one. And, Kevin, you think about some of your toughest matchups. What about Shaquille O'Neal? What was it like defending Big Shaq?
You know what, man? Shaq, later on in our years, I had to guard him later, man. I told y'all, man. I guarded Shaq one time in the Cleveland series. And it was like holding up the side of a house. Seriously. Listen, I want y'all to go home and do this. I know I usually use food, right?
Yeah, right.
We're going to use materials in houses today, okay? I want you to go home, tell your wife, your girlfriend to ignore you. Cut out the side of your house. Go get your homeboy, have him help you. After he cuts the side of it, I want you to hold up the side of the house with your forearm for the whole 24 hours.
Oh,
matter of fact, let's just do 2 hours.
Okay, all right,
2 hours. I don't want to break your arm.
Okay, yeah.
After 2 hours, you're going to push the house back, reseal it with some glue or whatever, right? Not my problem. That's how your arm feels, guarding Shaq.
Really?
I couldn't even wave at people right-handed for a whole day.
You had to wave left-handed?
I had to wave left-handed. And people know me. I'm all right-handed. I'm all, nothing left-handed. I was throwing my hand in the head.
That is a big drink of water,
listen,
isn't
man,
it?
listen. I have so much respect for all the centers that have guarded Shaq. Seriously, rest in peace to all the centers Shaq is
Exhausting,
destroyed.
huh?
What?
Exhausting.
Shaq is like a side of your house. For all y'all wondering what it's like,
Defending
and
a
all
house.
y'all want some of the diesel, what it's like to guard the diesel, go out and try to hold up your house. The diesel. Shout to the diesel.
Now here's Wiggins. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. And here is Ball. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to San Antonio. There's a screen. Stevenson against Butler. Stevenson passes to Hart. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Hart's got his first basket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Towns, the screen. Using the screen, Teague, and he knocks down the jumper.
Hey, Teague's not a big guy, but he's not really pint-sized. Nonetheless, impressive work for the little fella to get it done inside.
And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And KG, you've talked about the players who influenced you. It must help to have that inspiration from other great players.
So I look at trying to find
a compass or a roadmap
something. And Chris Webber right away. As soon as I saw high school footage of him, I saw a tape of him and Big Dog playing each other in a dark gym in Chicago, and they was just dunking on each other. And it was this classic tape. No, this is a real story. And I resonated with Webber ever since. And, he didn't really shoot a lot of jumpers. He was through. He was powerful. And I mixed it, obviously took pieces of that. And they were able to, obviously put it into my own game. But he was my inspiration.
That's a great story.
Now, see, Webb knows that. I told him that. When I first met Webb, I was starstruck. Him and Michael Jordan and Shaq a little bit, right? Because Shaq is like, holy, God. Shaq.
He's like that house you were talking about.
House. Go home, look inside the house. It's like looking at Shaq, right? Shaq to Diesel, right? But seriously, I was starstruck, and I was like, holy snap. And then, he scored, and I had to really come out of that really fast. And after that, I think the very next year, I blocked the shot and said something. He was like, oh, we talking? Yeah. But since then, we've always had an understanding. We've always went at each other's neck, and we understood what it was. But, Chris Webber was a huge inspiration to my progression.
Love that story. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Lakers. Now, here's Teague. 8 points for him. Wiggins kicks to Butler. 4 on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. And the Lakers going the other way now. Here's Ball. Offline with his 3.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. It's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. McGee a screen. Jumper off the screen. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now here's Butler. Fades away. Rebounded by Hart.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And Gibson sends it back.
A good defender who uses his body well. Gibson is capable of blocking shots.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Timberwolves. Rose comes in for Teague. The Lakers also with a sub. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Lonzo Ball. Now here's Ingram. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Over Butler. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Down low. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Los Angeles with another miss.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Kevin, you think about the importance of veteran mentorship for young players looking back. Who provided that mentorship for you?
Sam Mitchell, Terry Porter, shout to Doug West, shout to J.R. Ryder, shout to Christian Laettner. All these were my vets, both good and bad. I'm learning something from all these guys. Shout to Kevin McHale, shout to rest in peace to the great Flip Saunders. These are all my vets who helped me progress as a guy and as a player. More importantly, took me under their wing, taught me finances, taught me about life, taught me how to be a young man, taught me about being professional, learning this book of business when it came to basketball, because when it comes to lockouts and all that stuff, when you have to be able to talk and negotiate your own stuff, you got to know the rules and know what it is. A lot of people don't know that the league is 2/3 of council, and you got to stay above that and understand how this whole monster works. And then if you want to be in the elite, you got to dedicate yourself in the gym. You got to dedicate yourself in the business. If you're trying to be a brand of something, you have to do all these things. When you look at Jordan, you look at Kobe, you look at these brands out here, these, LeBron has a brand, KD has a brand. You have to invest in yourself to be able to, grow this. This is the elite. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about good. I'm not talking about great. This is the elite. These are people that's going to be on and people that you're going to remember, for years to come.
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot on the plate, though.
True legendary.
Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. The stupendous finish in traffic.
I think it's important that Caldwell Pope makes these shots, showing real toughness, converting through contact.
Outside Rose. Wants to get it to Butler and does. 6 on the shot clock. It's JaVale McGee with the rebound. McGee's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Rose. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second chance points in the NBA. The Lakers second.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And Kevin, you think about all the individual accolades you won, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. Where does the title NBA champion rank on your personal list?
Being an NBA champion is everything. If I didn't win any of that individual stuff, I would be totally fine with just being the NBA champion.
Two.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
First free throw is good.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
That one is no good. Timberwolves leading by 10. Outside Butler. From 15 feet away, Jang. It's good on the putback.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Rondo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists. I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly. And how about the leaping ability? Butler gets off the ground so fast, especially on these alley-oops.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's McGee. Los Angeles with another miss. No question who's been in control of this game.
Boy, they have really taken charge here.
Outside Butler. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Jang against Kuzma. McGee trying to break free. Kuzma can't get it to go. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
I think he's going to have to be more cautious on defense. He can't afford to pick up a 3rd foul here in the first quarter.
For Los Angeles, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Yeah, last season, around 71% of the free throws made. And you know what? That has to be a point of emphasis this year.
2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here.
Jones, count that bucket. Jones has got his first points in this one. Jeff Teague firing on all cylinders for Minnesota. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
Down low, it's Jang and Towns. Jones is out there with Rose, and it's Butler in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And it's Towns missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
And, Kevin, your time with the Celtics, you had the big three. Big four, even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah.
Without you, that doesn't make
But this is, think about it, though. We all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding, you know, not to say that you didn't have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. In that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all sinking each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things that, you know what, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, you know? True growth.
Amazing. And Stevenson's checked in for Brandon Ingram.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you, always has his head on a swivel.
Minnesota with the ball. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
And, you know, Greg, to me that's baffling. I'm not sure why they didn't do some dine-in eating. Go inside and eat instead of all that work in the drive-through behind the arc.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, really Towns is the total package. A versatile scorer, skilled defender, and strong competitor.
And Towns drops them both. Lakers trail by 12. On the wing, Stevenson. Outside, Rondo. McGee is screen on Jones. It's stolen by Jones. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Shots good by Butler.
I mean, the mid-range jumper of Butler is impressive as he continues to get better from here.
LA's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. And Kevin, you hear rumors. There's been some talk about adding a fourth official to NBA games, but I'd say the replay system kind of is the fourth ref.
It is,
in a way.
and I do not like that, because it's a countless bunch of players at home right now that played through the 50s to 60s to 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Oh, my God, they're sitting over here flipping over like, oh, my God, a rehab replay. I have me a ring right now. So, I have a whole nother, discussion with it. I'm super old school with it, although I do enjoy the replay. And, it gives me a chance as a fan to root for my team. And when my team is on the other end of the replay and they get it right, I root and I go, woohoo. And when
it goes against
I'm like,
you,
they shouldn't even have replay. What the, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a super double hypocrite, But shout out to Adam Silver. I think he's doing a great job with our league. The league is fun. It's fun to watch. And
he is, isn't he?
It is.
We've had two great commissioners back-to-back. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key, and his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. 5 on the clock. Here's Rose. McGee with the block. Outside Rondo. And another shot. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from McGee. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Outside Rose. To the inside. Gibson dishes to Rose. Can't connect from short range. Lakers trail by 10. Passes it to Rondo. They set the pick. Pass to Caldwell Pope. McGee a screen. Caldwell Pope against Rose. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Timberwolves leading by 10. Rose in the post. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Teague the pass to Butler. To the inside. Here's Rose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 4 assists in the game.
And the defense tried to slow him down, but Derrick Rose just a handful when he gets around the rim.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 5. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here's Teague. 8 points for him. Outside Gibson. Kicks it to Rose. Jang with the screen for Rose. And it's good off the back rim and in. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Rose always looking for his offense. And why not? He can put up points in a hurry.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. And then for the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell Pope, and Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time. Timberwolves leading by 10. Teague with the ball. 8 points for him. Now Gibson on the wing, Wiggins. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And for Wiggins to take another step forward, he must improve as a shooter. So this is good to see.
Gibson against LeBron. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Wiggins outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, there's no question the talent is there for Wiggins. It's obvious. But can he take that next leap forward and become a superstar? He may be destined to be a good second star on the team and maybe not the leading guy.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good. And here is Ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. For 3, good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Now here's Jang, stolen by Ball. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Kuzma with the ball.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Jang, a screen. Rose passes to Gibson. Great D that time from LeBron.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Hart kicks to LeBron. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Gibson. Here's Rose. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors.
And that game against the Clippers, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
The free throw drops for Rose.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 2008, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
And both free throws good for Rose. Lakers trail by 10. LeBron James on the wing. Basket counts. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
All right, a chance to take a look at the numbers for Stevenson. How he did last season. Was in at about 9 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
That free throw, no good.
Well, you know, what's so impressive about Jang? Improvement in almost every category across the board, but especially hitting free throws.
And the Lakers making a change here. Ingram's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Lakers trail by 9. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Hart. He's covered by Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. LeBron James, 3rd.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Free throw drops for Rose.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. And Rose drops them both. Lakers trail by 11. Hart the pass to LeBron. Knocks down the 3 ball. LeBron's got 12 points in the game.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Rose kicks to Towns. It's deflected.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
Now here's LeBron. He had 35 points last game out. Wiggins right side. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Minnesota.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
Here's Hart. Kicks it out to James. Back to Hart. Ball against T. Kept alive. James outside. Another shot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And really no better leader in the NBA than LeBron. The closest thing to a player coach we've had in a long time.
It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
As a matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And the second free throw, good. Here's T. He's got 8. Towns, the screen. T kicks to Towns. Goes back up. Shot's good by Gibson. Gibson's got his first 2 points.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's James. He's got 13.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
Right side T.
And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. Great showing for him last season. 4th in rebounding, 11th in blocks, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's so physical, so explosive. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he was a top 5 rebounder a season ago. And that one misses.
Well, Jeff Teague, one of the more calm players at the line, always looks to be in control.
Good on the second free throw. Here's James. Ingram outside. There's the pick. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Gibson. No good with the triple. And KG, I know you've got to run, but as always, you've always got a home here. Thanks for stopping by, and please come back.
Man, K-Hall, man, thank you. Thank 2K, man. Appreciate y'all bringing me through here, man. Anytime y'all need the guard, y'all let me know, man.
The best, Kevin Garnett. And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
Here's Jones. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. From 17 feet out, Towns, no luck.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, last season, the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion, a winner-take-all overtime victory in the final game of the season against the Nuggets. I actually watched that game, and it was worth staying up late for.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Butler's checked in, and so he makes both from the line. Here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And he makes the first. And so Jones nails both of them. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. James left side. The pass to Kuzma, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. The Lakers have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Timberwolves leading by 7. Outside, Jones. Right side, Towns. Shoots over Kuzma. And it's Towns missing. And so it's Minnesota heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know, I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Hart is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
Butler on the wing. Back to Wiggins. 6 to shoot.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Here's Hart. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. It always seems like great teams find the best glue guys, the guys that make them a team. Who are some of those players who just bring a team everything and bring it together, Clark.
I call those guys value utility guys because they do so much that helps you win, and things just seem to run better and go smoother when they're on the court. And there are a lot of them that fall into that category. They're not your primary stars, but they make the stars better. Robert Covington from Philadelphia has that ability because he shoots it well and defends multiple positions. And Draymond Green is probably at the head of the class.
By the way, you're our glue guy. You're a 2K.
Glad to be part of the team.
Now here's Towns. Looking to get it going. Trying to get open is Gibson. And Towns with the lay-in good.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
First one falls for him. Lakers last season hoped to compete, but that wasn't the case, Clark, as we saw. They'll look to do better this season.
Well, you look at last season, end of the year, 11th in the West, learned about the direction they'll grow as a team, and played at a very high pace, and I can expect Showtime to be back in full swing this season and in the coming season.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, I think this guy has a chance to really be a star. He clearly is a centerpiece for the Timberwolves since they acquired him in the Kevin Love trade with the Cavaliers. He's got all of the physical tools to be an elite player at both ends. The only question mark has been the consistency of his motor. Does he really want to be great and put in the work to do so?
Now here's Teague following the miss by Lonzo Ball. A nice shot by Teague.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Ball kicks to Hart. He feeds it to LeBron. Here's Teague. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots.
And with the Timberwolves bringing in Tom Thibodeau and these hard-nosed veterans, the culture shifting in Minnesota, Clark, is so evident.
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. And I think you've got tremendous role models for Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler in particular, trying to bring out the best in him. And that's not always easy, nor is it always comfortable.
Take a break.
It's a tough balancing act. And sometimes veterans can wear you out with the lectures, but Jimmy's example is what I think is going to help Wiggins the most.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And some other contenders, Clark, in the West, are faltering. The window now seems to be opening wider for the Timberwolves as they march down this playoff road.
Yeah, they're closing in on it, Kevin. The window is a little wider, but you've got to walk through it. And right now, they're still second tier.
And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Kuzma. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Butler against LeBron. He gets that one. 14 points for Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler showing us some nice moves and strong handles, too.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, this is something that Kobe has said in the past with the Lakers organization. It is championship or bust.
Well, I think you need that type of culture and mentality to have a chance to win championships. I believe the Lakers have done a good job of maintaining that mentality throughout the years.
And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Kuzma.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Now here's Kuzma. 10 points for him. Hart kicks the ball. James, and the dunk by LeBron.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Lakers. Now here's Towns. 8 points for him. Hits it from 3-point range.
You got to respect Towns on the perimeter. He's got nice range and never backs away from taking that shot.
There's a good screen. McGee, the pass to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
He has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
Now here is McGee. 7 points in the game. Kuzma can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
James against Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Right side T. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Last season, he played outstanding. 4th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And as you pointed out, he was top 5 in steals last season. Just a lethal combination of great physical ability and acute mental preparation. Jumps up, and it's slammed in by T.
And T gets going quickly. When the shot is on, nobody is going to slow him down.
Rondo kicks to McGee. Back to Rondo. James against Butler. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his 1st foul. Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Timberwolves. Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope comes in for Josh Hart. Rondo against T. McGee a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Stevenson outside. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Minnesota leading by 16. Stolen by McGee. Now here's Stevenson. Inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Rondo against T. Here's Towns. Goes back up. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. Lakers trail by 16. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Rose is checked in. Here's LeBron. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
McGee with the block. And they'll keep possession. Caldwell Pope against Wiggins. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Stevenson against Butler. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Jones checked in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Towns. He's got 11. Hits the three-point bomb. Towns has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Minnesota. Lakers trailed by 19. Rondo kicks to LeBron. Over Jang. That one off the back iron and out. Minnesota's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Over Stevenson. And it's Wiggins missing. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
And you think about the game of Karl Anthony Towns, the versatility, Clark. The versatility just leaps out at you.
Well, he's a man of his times, Kevin, when you talk about his game. I mean, that's where the game is now. And that's always been his ambition, to be as complete a player as possible. And at his size, he shoots it deep, he can post you up. And as he gets better as a passer, he's going to be harder to guard.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Now here's Rondo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. LeBron passes to Rondo. Outside for Caldwell Pope. The Lakers rebound. Tries to snap the cold streak. Here's LeBron. No good, not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Timberwolves leading by 21. Here's Jones. He's got 6. Towns dishes to Jang. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Jang's got 5 now.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
Passes to Caldwell Pope. He kicks it to James. McGee a screen. Over Jang. Caldwell Pope trying to break free. Can't hit from in close.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 7.
Yeah, cashing in close. Caldwell Pope showing you there. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Outside Rose. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Towns with the bucket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
James kicks to Caldwell Pope. They set the pick. Down low. Towns with the steal. Pass to Jang. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. That shot missing.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten everyone that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Could easily have been an and one there. James converting through the contact.
Jones, the pass to Towns. He dishes it to Wiggins. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Lakers the other way. To the middle. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. Rose against Caldwell Pope. Outside Rose. Outside Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over McGee. And that one goes long. Lakers trail by 21. LeBron passes to Stevenson. And yes, it's good. Stevenson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Caldwell Pope against Rose.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
Tell you what, last season the Timberwolves made a 16-game improvement in W's. 47 in all, the 5th best regular season record in franchise history.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And then for Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Here's the screen. LeBron, no luck.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Rose kicks to Jones. Gibson in the post. He's covered by Ingram. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Rebound the Lakers. Ingram's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Tyus Jones. First free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. And so he hits both. Kicks to Towns. Over LeBron. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 12 points in just the second half.
His size gives him such an advantage with the jump shot. I mean, it's really hard to block Towns' shot when he rises up.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Jones is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And stolen by Wiggins. It's stolen. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
And the length and wingspan of Brandon Ingram gives him, Clark, so many advantages on the court.
Yeah, it's actually what GMs and coaches like to see. His reach and size comparable to guys like KD and Giannis. Bothers shots on defense, and he can actually get his shot whenever he wants to. Because of his length, his upside as a player on both ends, I think, is what's exciting for the Lakers.
And the first one drops.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Minnesota. Teague comes in for Derrick Rose. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy. Athletic enough to get things done on the court. Was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit. But I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. Ingram passes the ball. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Ball after the made shot from Jeff Teague. They set the screen. And that one's good. Ingram.
And, you know, guys, not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can get it done inside, too. I mean, the way he releases the shot and that extension he gets on it makes it very hard to block.
Now here's Towns. Over LeBron. Towns, no luck. Ball kicks to Kuzma. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Here's Ball. Drills the 3-pointer.
And, you know, Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
Towns dishes to Butler. Back to Towns. Over LeBron. But he stays with it. Towns, the pass to Butler. Minnesota working now with the new shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Butler against Ingram.
Boy, the long limbs of Ingram come into play on defense, bothering shooters with his length and his hustle.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
And fouled on the shot,
good.
so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Shot's good.
It's going to be Towns shooting.
One.
That's on LeBron James. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Clark, a lot of great names to choose from, but who would you pick for your greatest Laker ever?
Wow, that's always tough when you have such a robust list, Kevin. I always start with Kareem whenever he's in the conversation because that guy was my idol as I grew up watching the game. So Kareem is there, Magic, Wilt, Shaq, Elgin, and Jerry West, and Kobe. That's too many, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Some great names there, though, Clark. You're right. Hard to pick just one. And so it's the Lakers with it after the basket by Minnesota. And it's Ingram missing.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. Gibson against Kuzma. And Gibson kicks to Wiggins. Good on the triple.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Guys, when LeBron is scoring like this, as a defender, it's hard not to throw up your arms and say, I give up. Just so hard to slow him down.
Buries it from three-point range.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, you know what, Greg? To me, it looks like they've packed it in and just kind of given up.
Now here's Ingram to the paint. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist from Ingram. And it's now 23 points for LeBron.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Towns against James. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. James. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers.
And, you know, you look at Brandon Ingram, and he made some big steps last year in his development. And it takes time. You've got to give young guys, I think, 4 to 6 years before you know how good they can be and who they're going to be. He took on more of the offensive load for the team and had some big-time games. I think he's learning to be the scorer that the team hoped he would be when they took him second overall.
And he makes the first. And with Ingram, it hasn't all been smooth sailing as he becomes the scorer the team wants him to be.
But I think the potential is there, Kevin. He's shown you flashes now. The key is, can he improve his efficiency? And that just comes with shot selection, understanding where and how to get your best shot. You know, defenses are starting to make him a bullet point in the scouting report. Still, if you're a fan of his, I think you've got to love his potential, and I am a fan of his. I think this guy can be a lethal scorer.
Now, here's Kuzma. Towns with the steal. And they're running. Here's Teague. Another shot. And no problem from Gibson as he finishes at the rim.
You got to get a body on Gibson because if you don't, he's relentless in attacking the offensive glass.
Hart the pass to Kuzma. Over Gibson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Now here's Teague. The putback. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Both teams will make substitutions. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Come on, shoot.
Here's Bates Diop, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lakers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. There's the pick. Beasley, the pass to Ingram. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Anthony Tolliver. And then for Los Angeles, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. For 3, Beasley. That shot is off. And Minnesota will come the other way. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Teague.
Yeah, and the appreciation I have for Rondo. He's able to stay with his man and then uses his speed to just affect the shot.
Here's Rondo after the basket by Minnesota. Beasley the screen. They set the screen. Rondo kicks to Caldwell-Pope. The offensive rebound. Beasley. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
One shot. One shot.
And the Wolves coach Tom Thibodeau and Jimmy Butler challenging Towns and Wiggins to step up their defensive intensity. Clark, do you worry about pushback from those young stars?
Not really. I mean, how they respond is going to be key to where this team goes. Towns and Wiggins are the top dogs, young players with great potential. The expectations starting to change as part of your development as a winning star player in the NBA, and I think both guys will rise to the challenge.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Caldwell-Pope for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
Rondo against T. There's the screen. Jang, the pass to Bates Diop. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Los Angeles has gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. They get a hand on it. Beasley kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Bates Diop misses.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. Another miss by Caldwell-Pope.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Here's Teague. Mikhailuk. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Here's Bates Diop. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. Rose, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And he's good on the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now here's Rose, stolen by McGee. Pass to Hart. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark, an interesting aspect of the one-and-done controversy. Increasingly, these guys are being asked to take on a big role in the NBA right away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm all for guys that have the unique ability and opportunity to play pro basketball out of high school or after 1 or 2 years of college. I would love to see college kids hang around for 2 or 3 years, but that's not realistic for the supremely gifted. But it does put pressure on your teams if you're expecting these young guys to come in and impact winning right away. It takes a little time, most cases, for even really highly talented players to become winning NBA players.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. He's off on the second.
You know, we're over a year now into the Magic era of the Lakers front office, and Magic showed no hesitation shaking things up with trades, and I think he also did a solid job in the draft as well.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
In this Lakers front office, I think almost every fan, Clark, would be pleased with the job they've done.
I agree. I mean, they didn't have a ton to work with and made the right moves. I mean, yeah, there were a couple of bumps along the way, but still ended up landing some outstanding free agents.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Free throw drops for Rose.
Well, we know Luke Walton comes from the Warriors coaching system, was an assistant there prior to taking this Lakers position, and known for his sharpness as an offensive coach.
Here's Hart. The feed to Stevenson. It's tipped. They retain possession. And a wide open look for Rondo. Wide open shot is on the money.
And you could see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Stolen by McGee. Beasley, the pass to Stevenson. The shot's good. And with the Lakers wanting to play more up-tempo, it makes sense to have Walton guide the ship.
Yeah, I agree with you because he's knowledgeable, played on some really good teams, championship caliber teams. I think as he grows as a coach and as this team grows together, they could be quite a group.
Here's Jang following the basket by Lance Stevenson. 5 to shoot. Jang with a screen on Stevenson. Jang, great positioning on the putback.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Minnesota.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Karl Anthony Towns.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And the Lakers making a change here. Ingram's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw, good from Jang. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though, but sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
Here's Rose. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Good D by Stevenson. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Beasley the screen. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. "12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 2 points. That one goes.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Outside Rose. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. If we play together, play hard, we can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.